When you're working in a laboratory, you'd better know what you're doing every step of the way. There's always the possibility that something could go wrong, and if you're not prepared, you could be in for some big surprises. Laboratory workers routinely face hazards that can cause serious injury or even death. Today, we're going to talk about hazards. These include corrosive agents, flame and heat problems, fire hazards associated with electrically powered laboratory apparatus, fire and explosion hazards caused by chemical reactions, and laboratory machinery. Let's take a look at these hazards and see how you can protect yourself and your coworkers from accidental injury. Corrosive agents are liquids or solids that can cause visible destruction or irreversible alterations to human skin tissue at the site of contact. Many acids and alkalis are corrosive to metals, other materials, and body tissues. These include sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, and sodium hydroxide. Before using new or unfamiliar chemicals, refer to specific material safety data sheets to learn the hazards. Always wear personal protective equipment when handling chemicals. Clean up spills quickly to absorb and neutralize the spilled material and to properly contain the waste until final disposal. Deposit chemical waste in appropriately labeled receptacles. Do not pour volatile or corrosive materials down a sink or drain. As a laboratory worker, it's your job to develop a sixth sense about potential hazards. Take electrical hazards, for instance. Faulty electrical equipment or connections can be especially dangerous in laboratories. Replace worn connections promptly when there is any sign of thinning insulation. Be sure all electrical outlets carry a grounding connection requiring a 3-prong plug. Also, avoid using extension cords. To prevent injury from shock, never operate electrical equipment with damp hands when standing in or near water or if liquid has been spilled on it. In a laboratory, accident prevention begins with knowing what the hazards are. One of the more serious hazards is fires and explosions caused by chemical reactions. Keep flammable liquids in closed containers and away from all sources of flame, sparks, heat, and ignition. Keep explosives or flammables with a low flash point in an explosion-proof refrigerator. Store chemicals which might react together to produce dangerous fumes, fires, or explosions away from each other. For instance, do not mix or store oxidizers in the same areas as flammables or easily oxidizable substances. Store water-reactive chemicals in a dry place. Do not use water in the cleanup of their spills. When working around machinery, be aware of the dangers and the location of emergency cutoffs. Know where all alarms are located, how to activate them, and which one is for what purpose. There is flame and heat in any lab, and there are chemicals and gases that should never come near them. Know their names and keep them away from the flames. Make sure all compressed gas cylinders are capped, supported to prevent rolling or tipping, and placed away from heat sources and open flames. Store flammable gases away from oxidizers. Take precautions when handling flammable liquids and gases. Use approved safety cans when transporting and dispensing flammables to minimize the possibility of flammable spills. Use hand carts to move gas cylinders. Never roll them on their bottoms or handle by their valves. Whether you're working with equipment or chemicals, make safety your #1 responsibility. Know the hazards and know what to do in the event of an accident. Know the location of emergency phone numbers, the safety shower, the eye wash, and fire blankets. Proper types of fire extinguishers must be available for various types of fires. Know how to use them. Also, make sure first aid supplies are readily available. Blankets should be on hand for shock cases and protection of injured. For the safety of all workers, laboratory personnel should be trained in basic first aid and CPR. Laboratory workers face routine hazards and some that aren't so routine. To be safe, be prepared. Because even when you do follow correct procedures, things may not turn out the way you expected. This is James Drury reminding you to take care and be safe.